Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my tutorial. Here again I am Biniam. In today's tutorial we are just going to discuss or see about solving a question or a problem. Let me just read that particular question. The question says write a C++ program that swaps the values of two variables and display their former and current values. And again, the values of the variables are to be entered from the keyword. So this is just the problem in the question that I'm just going to discuss about solving it, right? Just simply let me just put the simple logic of this question, right? So there are two variables as the question says, which is a, b, or x, y, or some variable, right? For example, let the variables are x and y. So the value of these two variables, as the question says, it must be just accepted from the user or from the keyboard. So let the user enter the value of x in the first beginning, which is 2, and again the user just enter or type the value of y, which is 6 late. So interchanging or just swapping the value of the variables means what? So after swapping, the value of these two variables must be what? For example, the value of x variable must be interchanged or exchanged or swapped into what? 6, right? And again, the value of the variable y, which is must be just what? 2. Just simply the logic or the ideology is just what? Interchanging the values, right? So by using this simple logic, and we are just going to just create an algorithm and finally just write a C++ programming language. So I'm just going to leave the algorithm or the pseudo code part for you. So just simply we are just going to move on writing a code, right? So here I'm using a Quincy text editor. You can use the dev or turbo or code block, right? So I'm using Quincy 2005. You can download the updated version of Quincy. So let me just open this Quincy 2005, right? So here let me just go to or just simply click file, creating a new project, click file and click again new. So just select the C++ source file here, okay. So here for just saving time, I'm just going to just write, instead of writing that particular code, let me just move on the program part, right? Yeah, okay, I see. As you see, I just simply jump the writing part for just simply for saving time. So here is just the actual code, right? So here we just simply import the library, including the library stream.h, including stream.h. Then we just create here what some function or method which is called swamp, right? So we are just going to discuss this portion, the swap function portion later. But now let me just see about the main function. So here we just create a main function, an integer main function. We just declaring two variables here, as the question says. There must be two variables, a, b, or x, y, or some variable, right? So we are just going to let the user to enter these two variables. We say that here enter two numbers, right? That means by using this cin a and b, right? So after that, the user will be just enter the first value, for example, a and b. So now, before, let me just write something here. Listen. Before swap the value of, right? Before swapping, before swap, right? Before swap, let me just here new line. Indel indicates what? New line, right? So before swap, what? Former value of a, which is what? A, and again former value of b, which is what? B. And after we just calling here this swap function. We are just going to discuss here this one later. But after that, after swapping, after just calling this swap function, we are just going to what? Displaying what? The last result, the current value of a and b after just exchanging or after just what? Swapping. So here let me just write what? Or just make the user for just simply for displaying purpose, right? So and again after swap, what? After swap, just a new line here. And again, the below statements will be just displayed. The current value of A, which is what? A, after swap. The current value of B, which is what? B, after swap, will be just displayed. So this is just simply the actual code, and the magic or the thing here is just what? This function. Swap A and B. The current value, it will be just displayed here as it says formal value of A and formal value of B. But after just calling this swap function, this the execution, the compiler will be just what? Simply execute this function, swap function. So there is a thing here inside of this swap function. We just declare two variables, x and y. So as you see here, x and y are just indicated by reference. This end sign indicate what? Reference, right? So whatever we just write inside of this swap function, it will be just also affect this one, the two variables, which is a and b, right? Because of that, this x and y at the upper side or inside of this swap function are just taking the value of a and b, right, as a variable. So there is two type of passing, as you know it. What in what? Passing by value and passing by reference. So here we just using a concept of what? Passing by reference. So whatever we change here inside of this function, it will be just affect also this main function. Whatever contents are exist inside of main function, right? So here we just passing the value of a to x, again the variable itself a, and again we just pass the value of b to just the value y, or this y parameter, and again the variable itself b we just passed, right? So we just declared here inside of swap function a new variable, which is temp, an additional variable to hold the first value of x, right? So we just put the value of x inside of temp, and again we just, now the value of x is empty, and again we just assign the value of y inside of x. That means now x hold the value of y. So now y will be just empty, so that we just put or assign here temp, right? The value of temp inside of y. So now we just successfully apply or just the swapping concept, right? Or the interchanging concept. So now the value of x hold the previous value of y, and again the value of y hold the previous value of x, right? So that whatever we just made here inside of this swap function, it will be also affect this main function. So that if you say here after swap, the current value of a will be just less than a, that means now it will be just hold the previous value of b. A here hold the previous value of what? B. And again here when you say current value of b, now b hold what? The previous value of what? A. So now let me just first save this program. Something, right? CPP. The extension of C++ programming must be .cpp. Save it. Let me just first compile it. As you see here, the compilation is just completed without no error. Successfully built, it says. Run it. So the program says enter the two numbers. For example, 2 and 6. The value of x is 2 and the value of y is 6. So the program says before swap, the formal value of a is 2, true. The formal value of b is 6, which is true. And again, after swapping these two variables, the current value of a is 6. As you see here, a variable holds or takes the previous value of b, and again the current value of b, which is 2. That means it holds the previous value of what? A. So we just made successfully this swapping process, or interchangeably interchanging parts. That means this question is just successfully what? Solved, right? So thank you for watching this tutorial. I think the logic or the ideology is forward or simple and basic. if you have any question, you can just write it in the comment section. I think you all are just simply understand that, right? So anyways, thank you for watching this tutorial, and for upcoming tutorials, please just write your comments, make it, just like it, subscribe to my channel. Thank you again.